Greetings from Tokyo. This is a very brief video addressing a couple of points really quickly. Number one, I would very much like to thank all of you who have been so kind enough to watch and to leave comments and also to subscribe to my channel. It's been very very flattering and quite surprising. I don't quite know. I'm kind of surprised, very happily so, I must add, but I'm quite surprised because, as I say, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a particularly profound thinker about any of these films. I just watch them and I really like what I see most of the time. And with that in mind, I'm just very privileged and lucky to be able to share some of my thoughts with you. So I consider myself very privileged, and to have people come here and to watch and to subscribe and to make comments and to interact and to teach me new things about new aspects of cinema and new areas of cinema that I have no experience in. That is, I think, the ultimate reward for doing stuff on YouTube. So I really want to thank all of you for contributing and for watching and for supporting these videos. I really want to thank you. Really, to be perfectly honest, I didn't think that this would be very popular, and I thought it would just be maybe myself and no one. So to have one viewer, two viewers, three viewers, more, it's really quite I'm quite honored, and I also realize that I really must also take care to make sure that my comments and my my videos are the best that I can make them within my capabilities. So I will do my very best going forward. And the next thing I wanted to say is that I became in touch with one person who is very active on YouTube. He is a really nice guy, really nice, and his screen name or his profile name is mementomori. Mementomori. Now, this is a very interesting screen name. If you, if those of you probably out there probably know the significance of this phrase, memento mori. If not, I highly encourage you just to take a moment and look online, search for memento mori and see what it means. It has a very significant meaning, and it's quite interesting that this particular gentleman decides to name his channel Memento Mori. It's quite quite an ingenious name, if I do say so myself. Anyway, Memento Mori and I spoke, and he very kindly allowed me to mention his name and his channel on this video. Now, he's a much more active and prolific YouTube presence than I, and so I don't think he at all needs my endorsement of his channel and of his work, but he still very kindly allowed me the opportunity to do so, and so here I am, and I very proudly support his work. I think what he does on YouTube and the BookTube community is very interesting and quite illuminating. He talks about literature and books that he's read, and he is very well read, I must admit. He is quite I'm very impressed, and I continue to be impressed with his videos. And I don't talk about books on my channel because I don't quite know how to fit it in, to be perfectly honest. But I am too an avid reader. I admit I'm not as well read as Memento Mori is. I think he has an incredible scope of interest and good taste and a really fascinating take on the books that he reads and showcases. It's really nice. So, but just for your information, Mr. Mori, Memento Mori, I think, just to let you know, the books that I have read as of this year, what is it now? It's now the beginning of August 2018. I haven't read as much, but of the books I've read, some of them here, just to give you a sense of what I like to read. Let's see, Alistair Gray, so Lanark, A Life in 4 Books. I've reread this, so it's the second time I read this, so it was quite a profound read for me when I first read it, and it was quite even more profound the second time around. This one I finally finished this year. So this is the cycle of 4 books in the Alexandria Quartet. So Lawrence Durrell. So it's Justine, Balthazar, Mount Olive, and Clea. So this was a very yes, it was quite. I admit it was a little bit daunting at first, but in the end, how shall I put it? Very confusing in a good way, and it was quite ingenious, I thought, in many ways. But anyway, that's the Alexandria Quartet. The first time I finished the quartet at last. And also there's this, which is Cornell Wirch. I got this for Rear Window, but I also finally finished the other story, so I Married a Dead Man and Waltz into Darkness. So this is a really great omnibus set. I really enjoyed it, and I was surprised by the story of Rear Window, in fact. And also a reread, yes, of Dune, but I think you know this book and you have endorsed it on your channel, and I share your enthusiasm for this book enormously. It is quite good, although I think he uses the phrase, he likes to use that phrase, what is it, a feint within a feint within a feint within a feint, I don't know, but he uses that phrase a lot. But anyway, it's a must read, as you point out so rightly. And also in celebration of the Nobel laureate Kazuo Ishiguro, a reread, so 4 times, 4 times of this book, Remains of the Day. It's a fairly short read, so it's not so difficult to get through in terms of length, but this is one that it really is rewarding if read quite slowly. I don't know if you would agree with that assessment, Memento Mori, but I certainly do. I think it's really taking one's time with this one is quite a rewarding experience. But that's just a general sense of what I've read this year. I'm reading a couple other books, but I don't want to mention them at the moment because I'll probably be mentioning them on my own channel very soon because they're relevant to some titles that I'm going to be discussing in the Criterion Collection. But the reason why I bring it up, Memento Mori, is that Memento Mori has a really wonderful series that he is doing on his channel, and it is called Book to Film. Book to Film. Now, I will provide a link to his channel in the description box, which is below this video. And please link on that and click and look at that particular video of his, because he presents what his plan is for the year. And at the end, do I have this right? At the last Thursday of every month, he will talk about a particular book and the film adaptation of that book. And he has provided a list of all the titles he plans to do over the course of 1 year. And I believe he has already discussed The Night of the Hunter and also Children of Men. So now he is on the 3rd book that he listed on that list of 12 titles. And that one is William Golding. Am I right? So William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Right. So if any of you are interested, I believe that Memento Mori will plan to make a video where he discusses the book William Golding's Lord of the Flies and also the Peter Brook film adaptation. I think it's this adaptation, correct, of Lord of the Flies. So this is great great series that Memento Mori is doing. I highly suggest that and recommend that you take a look at that series and what he's done with that series so far. It's really quite fascinating, and real great efforts that he is putting into that series. And I look forward to hearing his comments, and I look forward to joining in. So hopefully, maybe I'll talk about this particular film closer to the end of this month. That way, we might be able to maybe coincide or maybe time our videos a little bit. Not that I'm requesting that you officially link to me or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but it's just maybe it's just a little fun thing that I'd like to do, so it's still fresh in my mind, so that when I watch your video, I can really focus and get into it more deeply. And also with that in mind, I will read or reread this, because I've read this in high school and in college actually twice, but ever since then I haven't picked it up. So this will be a great opportunity for me to revisit this wonderful iconic story. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it, Memento Mori. It's great. You're doing such great work, and I support your channel, and I support your activities in the BookTube. I think it's really great. I'm personally not a member of the BookTube community because I'm a little bit shy, and I think it's a very I think it's a highly respectable group, and I don't think I am worthy to join that group because I'm not as well read as most of you are. But I support you, and I watch your videos with great interest. So please keep up the amazing work, Memento Mori, and I look forward to your comments about Lord of the Flies and the rest of the titles that are to come in the following months. Oh, and one more thing I should mention. Let's see. I promise I will cover this very soon, and you are absolutely right about this film. This is a good one. This is a very good one indeed. I will cover this very soon. I hope that the comments that I give on this are worthy enough, because this is quite a daunting and intimidating title to discuss. It's intimidating for me because I really love and admire it so much. You are absolutely right about this film. This is fantastic, a masterpiece. Anyway, Memento Mori, greetings from Tokyo, and I hope that you continue with all of your endeavors with great success and enthusiasm. And please know that I am a great supporter and admirer of your work. So please just keep it up. You are doing a fantastic job. I love it. I absolutely love it. You're really one of a kind, and it's a real pleasure to know you, and I look forward to our continuing conversations. Anyway, that's it, and thank you very much. Take care.